telling them, bitch, just go, just leave, just leave, just leave. Why do I have to keep telling you just to fucking leave? It's my birthday. It's my birthday. And you guys won't fucking leave. Now you're ruining my birthday, so I gotta walk off and get pissed off. And now you're pissing me off because you're following me. With that being said, let's get into the story.
Big girl, big girl.
I be sliding on these tight beats, nigga talk like who she. I had.
Okay, y'all. So today we're gonna be telling the full story of what happened on my 21st birthday. Okay, and this is gonna like date back to year and a half ago when this happened, but it's in full details on what happened for those 3 days that led me to going fucking crazy. So with that being said, let's get into it. I feel like you guys already know about the other one when the girl that I had worked at the House of Weirdos with was a fucking weirdo and she got we both collectively got my keys stolen. Yeah. So it's going to be from there to my 21st birthday, the night of. So it's stupid fucking shit that I did that just does not make sense. And let's get into it. Also, this is combined with my whole stories from last summer. I remember I was like, oh, whole stories of the summer. That was a whole story. This is a part of it, okay? This is also part of the, when I was like club promoting. So let's get into it. This all started after that girl got my keys stolen, okay? I remember it was like the next day I got my nails done and then I had like an event back to back, which makes no fucking sense because I wasn't even getting paid from half of these events, okay? It was very, very stupid and dumb. I had a friendship with these 2 other girls. The other girls that I lightly went over in my story time with the other bitch. The one where she was like, this is why she doesn't have any friends. I had a friendship with those 2, and our friendship was kind of plateauing at this point. Like, we were basically not friends at this point, but I was trying to hold on to our friendship and just make everything work, which was so dumb of me. So leading up to it, I told both of them that I didn't know what I wanted to do for my birthday, but I wanted to do something with them, even if it didn't involve money. One of the girls just kept on bringing how she wasn't financially in like a good place and how she couldn't do certain things. And I was okay with that because I just wanted to hang out with them. I didn't care about the money aspect. Since I was a club promoter, I knew that I was going to be able to get us all into the club for free and get us drinks for free. And I remember bringing up like, let's just go to the club. Let's just do that. And she was like, oh, I'm down. Like, just let me see. One of the girls, the other girl's birthday was a week prior. Mind you, I didn't have money for her birthday, but me and her still went to Denny's to go eat, and we talked on her birthday, and I made her feel like appreciated and seen. And the other girl took her to go to like a pottery class or like a cup painting class. I forgot what it was. So they previously like celebrated her birthday, but when it came to mine, it was kind of like, oh, kind of iffy. Like, I don't know if I want to do that. I don't have any money to do anything. And it became very apparent that obviously she did not want to fucking hang out with me, but she just was not telling me it, that she didn't want to fucking hang out with me. So then I got my keys stolen. And now I'm dealing with having to do 3 events back to back for being a club promoter. So bam, boom. The first day comes and we have an African party. It's fun. There's not a lot of people there, but I remember getting shit-faced drunk. Like, me and my cousin were in there drinking. We were getting free shots because I was telling people it was my birthday. We were also getting a free like shots from like our promoter, I think, because I was a club promoter. So it was super fun. There wasn't a lot of people there. It didn't get popping like they usually say it does, like where a lot of people come. It just does not get like that. So I'm thinking, oh shit, like this is gonna be the best birthday that has ever happened to me because of the first night, the first time of me going to the club, because it was super duper fun. So mind you, oh my fucking God, I was doing really dumb shit, right? You guys remember the other guy from the story time with that girl where I got my key stolen again? And you know how I got into the other guy's car? the second night, okay, remember that, right? The second night, I end up going to another club event, and that's the night that I was actually turning 21. People were like, oh, it's about to be your birthday tomorrow. It's going to be your birthday. And like one of the girls was like, how old are you turning? Mind you, it was like 10 o'clock. So I'm already thinking like, I'm not going to tell this bitch out loud that I'm now turning 21 and all these parties that you've been seeing me at, that I was only 20 and underage. So I showed her my nails and I was like, I'm 21. So I'm showing her and I'm like, oh, I'm turning 21. And she's like, oh, you're turning 21? Okay, cool, period. I thought you were older. So I'm sitting here. Mind you, the night prior, me and my cousin just got shit-faced drunk to the point where, like, me and her were like, and now I'm shit-faced drunk again. Mind you, there was another guy that was supposed to come through and hang out with me on my birthday because I didn't have nobody coming to this event. So I was going to be alone or with all the other girls that I wasn't really friends with and didn't really have a connection with. So I was alone, essentially. I was alone, hungover, and drinking again, and I felt horrible. Horrible. When I tell you I was having the worst stomach ache, and I did the stupidest shit, y'all. I did the stupidest shit. I drank another alcohol. I got me a Red Bull. I chugged it. I went to the bathroom. I don't even want to tell you what I did. I don't even want to fucking tell y'all what I did. I pissed myself in this bathroom because of how shit-faced I was. I pissed myself in this fucking bathroom. And I remember throwing up too. So I pissed myself and I'm also throwing up. And I remember being so cautious because I knew I smelled like piss and throw up because of how shit-faced I was and how drunk I was and how fucking like out of it I was. Mind you, do not drink and fucking drive. Don't do it. I don't do it now because obviously I don't have a car, but obviously I'm not gonna be shit-faced drunk to the point where I'm driving like this. I was very fucking dumb. I drove there. So not only am I now pissy and threw up and I'm drunk out of my mind. Mind you, this was an hour and a half into the event. So I walk out of that bathroom. I will always give myself my 10s, walked out of that bathroom super fucking confident. Like I didn't just piss myself in that fucking bathroom. So I remember we went to our section of all the club promoters of the night. And we're all sitting there, and one of the girls starts bringing a whole bunch of girls in, and I just felt uncomfortable, not because she kept bringing a whole bunch of girls in, because I knew no one. I only knew the girl and the guy because we were all club promoters. And one of the guys is just like, it's her birthday, it's her birthday. And he is making people buy me birthday drinks because it's my birthday. And my self-fucking sabotaging like persona of not being able to say no or turn shit down, I'm downing these shots and these drinks. So not only am I taking shots and drinks, I'm dehydrated, I smell like piss, I threw up. It was horrible. So I remember that everybody's trying to make me feel comfortable because I obviously look so fucking awkward. I'm like, oh yeah, like it's my birthday and it's 21. I remember before I turned 20 fucking 1, the guy that was his friend that stole my fucking keys, I am walking to the bathroom again, about to throw up, and then I see that man on stage in one of the fucking sections, and I remember walking onto that stage. He had a section of 5 niggas, and there was like 3 girls, and I walked onto that stage, shit-faced drunk, and said, where the fuck is your friend at? Because your friend owes me my fucking keys. And he's like, what are you talking about? I don't remember you. I said, I was in your fucking car. And I explained this car to a T, and he was like, you don't remember me. I know you. Bam, bam, bam. And he's like, oh, what? Wait, I do remember you. Oh, I didn't know. I'll tell him to give you back your keys. And I'm like over here thinking like, oh yeah, you're going to get that man you're going to make that man get my fucking keys. Never seen that man again. So I remember one of the bitches were staring at me and I was still didn't give a fuck. All y'all light it up, like Stunner Girl said, light it up on the internet and shit, light it up. Mind you, I wasn't even like that, right? Now, and being in therapy, my therapist told me don't fight, but she said I need to start speaking up for myself. And not only when I'm fucking drunk. So, now, I'll be like, line it up, line it up, line it up! What the fuck? So, I get off of that stage and I remember just being so shit-faced. I go back to the section. I'm sitting down in the section. I'm on live. I start falling asleep on fucking live. I'm falling asleep. I have my head to the side. I'm falling asleep on fucking live. And then I wake up and I'm like, yeah! Hopefully I still have the live saved so I can show you guys, right? So, man, boom. I turned 21. They started letting people on stage so that we can have twerk competitions. Mind you, I smell like piss and fucking throw up. I'm drunk as fuck, being fucking trifling as fuck. I'm on stage shaking my ass, throwing it back like, yeah, I'm 21, it's my fucking birthday. And the club promoter is like telling the guy, hey, like, tell everybody that it's her birthday. And she mispronounced it and she's like, Zaneyah, happy birthday, Zaneyah. And so I'm just shaking ass being like, Zaneyah, but thank you. So that guy ends up not coming through and it ends up like being super late at night. So I'm like, I need to dip out because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. So I'm telling everybody, hey, I'm leaving. Like, I really need to get home. And everybody's like, oh, happy birthday. Like, have a good day. And I'm like, okay, like, you guys have a nice day too. So I start walking out and I don't know where the fuck I'm at. I'm walking out. Hold on. We're gonna get my mom to tell one of the part of the stories, actually. I remember I was walking out, shit-faced drunk, trying to find my car, and I could find it nowhere. I'm like, if you are from Arizona and you ever been to downtown, like, you ever been in at downtown, like, I think it's called the Marriott where I was at, club, you know that there's like a big ass Fry's. I was in that Fry's parking lot. Could not tell you where the fuck I was. So I was walking around, shit-faced drunk, and we're gonna call my mom so that she could tell her side of the story of what happened when I called her on the other side. I need to ask you something. Are you okay with being in my YouTube video?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Okay, I was trying to call you the other day because I wanted you to tell your part in a story time of my 21st birthday when I was at the club alone. You know, like, and you had to rush to come pick me up.
Oh, hell no. When you were laying on the side of the sidewalk?
Yeah.
I'm not telling that.
Wait,
Why
no,
would I
tell
tell
your
that?
part of it. You gotta tell your part of it because I'm telling the story time, so I want you to tell your part of how you recall that moment.
Okay, picking you up and you're laying on the side of the sidewalk. Yeah, I'll tell them.
Okay,
Don't worry
you're
about that.
getting recorded. You're talking now.
What?
Mom,
Zaneyah,
so what happened?
like you called me and you were like, Mom, I need you to pick me up now. And I'm like, what do you mean, pick you up now? You were like, just come now to my location. So I look at your location. We come to your location and you're laying on the fucking sidewalk. We leave the car, we go home, and we pick up the car the next day inside of the Fry's garage.
So I call my mom and I'm crying to her and I'm just like, I'm super drunk. I'm stuck in downtown. I don't know where I'm at. I can't find my car. I'm sick. And I go and sit down. I rip off my wig, my hat. I have literally nothing under it. I'm downtown like this with my head back. The city was fucking spinning, drunk, alone, and my mom is like, Zaneyah, you need to fucking sit down and let me come get you. So my mom is on the other side of the line, racing to come and get me, like speeding to come downtown to come get me. And I'm just like, like, I'm shit-faced. So I remember hopping in the car, laying down, and just like the next was history. Like I went back into my room and I slept all day and I was drinking Pedialyte. So the morning time comes, mind you, this is another lore of my birthday. I had another guy, right? This guy that I wasn't talking to particularly, that fucked up my life. And I told him, like, removed him from my life. I told him to leave me alone. And he kept on just making new numbers and basically like stalking me and harassing me from new numbers every single day or every other day, telling me to come back and have sex with him again. And it was really very troublesome because he knew what he did to me, and he knew that I did not want to have sex with him again because of the violations he put me through. And he was the reason why I was going through everything that I was going through. Not because I was in love with him, but because he just did something I can't give back, or I can't take back, or I can't just get rid of. You know what I mean? And it was really sad that after I told him that I never want to see him again, his thought was, oh, I'm going to harass you and basically like keep telling you every single day how I'm gonna have sex with you and how you're gonna come to my house and do these things with me and how I want you to do, like, would just graphically text me. And then like one time he told me, was I coming to the funeral, bitch? And I laughed at it because I was like, who is this asking me, am I coming to the funeral? Like, did one of my family members die? And I'm like, who is this? And this man then texts me and says, it is him. And I'm like, leave me the fuck alone. But around my birthday, I'm like, I want to get money from somebody. I'm not going to go hang out with him or go fuck him, but I'm going to see if I can get some money out of him. Mind you, I knew he was broke. I knew he had nothing, but I was just fucking bored and doing dumb shit. So I'm like, so he texts me trying to talk to me, and I'm just like, leave me the fuck alone. And then I'm like, actually, it's about to be my birthday. Can you give me some money? So I'm texting him asking for money, and he's like, oh, so you're gonna come see me? Like, I'll give you the cash in person. I'm like, no, cash at me and I'll come see you. And he's like, well, I don't know if you're actually gonna come. Like, I'll send you the money if I know that you're on the way and you're coming. Like, just shit like that. So the day of my birthday, the other girl is like, happy birthday, can't come to your birthday or come to the club. And she tells me the day of. I think, it was the day of, or it was like 2 days before. The other girl ends up telling me, mind you, these were my friends that I was trying to hold on to a friendship with, ends up telling me like, hey, I missed a big part of the story. But let me tell you this. She ends up saying like, hey, I picked up the shift for the next day, so I can't stay all night with you. So now, like, you guys are then telling me last minute that neither of you guys could come. Well, one of you guys just can't come, period. And the other one has to leave early because she picked up a shift when she knew about this for almost 2 weeks. And a week and a half, 2 weeks, it does not matter. You knew about this ahead of time and you decided the day before to pick up a shift. Like, make it make sense. So this is the part that I forgot out. So when we were at the club and I was pissy and shitty and throwing up, I met a dude, and I looked at him and I was like, oh, this guy is short like the Shay Frost. And I'm like, wait, short niggas are kind of fine. So I see him and I'm talking to him and I'm just like, okay. He's telling me how he's just in the city right now, that they're visiting Phoenix for a friend's birthday, and then like me and the friend are like, oh, we have the same birthday, so we like do a high five. They buy me another shot. That's why I was so fucking shit-faced. And they're like, oh, happy birthday. So I met him. So that night of, I'm like, so I create a dick appointment with that guy that I just met the night before. And not only do I create a dick appointment with him, I then hit up those two girls, and I'm like, okay, I'm cool with it. Y'all can leave early, but when we all leave early, I'm gonna go side up with that guy. Mind you, I was drunk again, but he lived only 5 minutes away from the club. Their Airbnb was literally 5 fucking minutes away from the club. So I'm like, even if I'm shit-faced drunk, if I drive slowly to this man's house, I will be able to fuck him that night and spend the night and then leave in the morning. Bam, boom. So I'm like, okay, cool. Me and him, I'm gonna go slide with him. I don't really care if you guys can't stay long. I'm cool. Mind you, my dumbass then invites another guy that I was sleeping with, well, slept with once, but was trying to be friends with and cut it off with him. Mind you, he was the one who came to me to help me when I lost my keys, and he followed behind me because that bitch wasn't gonna follow behind me and make sure I got home fucking safe. So I invite him, and he's like, oh, I can't stay late either. I had to leave at 12 because I had to drop my dad off at the airport. So everybody's trying to leave me early, and without being mad when I usually would be mad, I'm like, oh, it's okay, because if y'all want to leave at 12, I'll buy the girl an Uber home, or we could go half on an Uber, and then I'm gonna go to my dick appointment, and I'll see y'all later. So I'm in my head like, that's the perfect fucking plan. So we get to the club. Me and the girl, we ride together, and then the guy was coming like behind us. Not behind us, but he was like 30-40 minutes late. So we get to the club, and he's giving us champagne drinks, and I remember it was like I took like 1 or 2 shots and drinking champagne. It was not big for me at the point where I was like the night before. I was taking it slow because I was just shit-faced drunk. I don't want to get shit-faced drunk again. I just want to have some alcohol in my system. So I'm like, okay, cool. Like, this is cool. Now, mind you, the promoter is like, all the girls get together and scream, "Da!" And so I'm like, okay. So I'm performing, acting like I'm having a good time, acting like I'm drunk. Mind you, I don't feel shit. I don't feel those shots. I sipped a little bit of champagne. I don't even like champagne like that. And then he fucking mixed the shots, gave us like these small ass shots and mixed them. So the girl, she's sitting there, she's on her phone, texting, and on Twitter. And I looked over, and I'm like, oh, she's bored. She doesn't want to be here. So I'm like, okay, cool. I keep dancing. I look over, she's still sat down on Twitter. So then the guy comes. I'm trying to like turn up and act like we're having fun. It's my birthday. They bring out like a big thing being like Zaneyah, like not Zaneyah, happy birthday, and bring out a bottle, right? So I'm just trying to have fun, and I look over, and he's on his phone too. So at this point, you're telling me that you're bored. You're bored. You don't want to be here. It's not your scene. That's okay. But it's my birthday, though. It's my birthday. If you're going to be on Twitter, get the fuck out of here. So I'm just like, I'm not getting mad at her. I'm not getting mad at him. But it's like, if you guys aren't having fun, leave. Go. Leave. Like, you don't have to be here. And 12 o'clock hits, and the guy's like, hey, I gotta go home. Like, what are you gonna do? And she's like, yeah, like, I'm about to get the Uber home so I can get some sleep for work. So sorry, my camera went really fucking, like, blurred, so I have to re-record this entire part. But I look over, and they're still looking down on Twitter. And I'm trying to, like, give them drinks, and they're just like taking it, but then they're putting it down, which is like respectable, because if you don't want to drink, don't get forced to drink. But I'm not like forced, like handing them drinks over and over again. I'm just like, oh, like they brought up more shots, do you guys want another one? And they're like, nah, not really. So they're both on Twitter, they're both like looking on their phones, and I'm just like, at this point, you know, you could leave. Like, you could leave, right? Like, you know, you got 30 minutes, right? And I'm just like, you could leave. And she's like, no, I don't want to leave you. Like, what are you going to do? And she's like, I'm actually going to leave with him. So he ended up leaving earlier than what was expected, right? Like an hour before, I think, like 11 or 12 o'clock. I forgot what time he left. But I remember he had to leave early because she was leaving, and the Ubers were too much. And she was like, I don't want to pay for that. I don't want you to pay for that. So she's like, I'm just going to get a ride with him. So I'm like, okay, cool. Like, I'll just stay here for another hour and get sober up so that I can go home. And she's like, no, like, I don't want to leave you. And I'm like, no, it's okay. Like, you guys can go. She's like, no, it's okay. We can hang out here for a little bit longer. So then again, I'm like, okay, cool. So I'm dancing. I look back. They're still on Twitter. Mind you, it's my fucking birthday. It's my birthday. I want to have fun. I don't want to be with you guys while you guys are sitting down the entire fucking time. Why the fuck would I come to the club if you guys are just going to sit the fuck down? Like, really? So I'm not really getting mad at her, but I'm just like, hey, y'all can go. And they just keep asking me like, no, it's okay. We'll hang out for a little bit longer. Okay, cool. Y'all can hang out. So again, I start showing them how far the guy's house is that I was about to go fuck. Okay? And I show them, I'm like, look, he's 5 minutes away. I'm literally showing both of them. I think I only showed her, but I showed her the maps of how far this man lived. And I'm like, I'm gonna go to his house. You guys are good. You guys could go. Y'all could dip out. And they're like, no, I don't want to leave you. I'm like, just go. Just go. Just go. You guys already look like you don't want to be here. Just go. And I keep saying it over and over and over again. I think it's like 30 minutes of us going back and forth of me telling them just to fucking leave. Just leave. Just go. It is okay. I'm gonna be okay. So at this point, I'm getting fucking annoyed because I already told you guys multiple times that I'm gonna sit here, I'm gonna sober up, and then I'm gonna dip out. And you guys are sitting here. Mind you, they knew about the night before. I could understand. Me now being 22 and looking back, I understood my side and her side because it was like, I knew that I was going to be okay getting to the destination. Nothing was going to happen to me. But then on the other side, it's like, Zaneyah, you're about to go do some really, like, you're about to go hang out with somebody you barely know and drive drunk. So don't do that. Mind you, I was not drunk. And that's why I kept getting mad at them because it's like, I'm telling you over and over that I am not drunk. All I did was drink a few drinks. Like, I'm not drunk. I'm not drunk. And then I was going to sit there for an hour and just lay it off. Not lay it off, but like, stop drinking and just sit there. So they're like, no. So I end up getting so fucking pissed off where I get out of the club. I'm walking out of the club, huffing and puffing because I'm fucking annoyed. I'm telling you guys over and over that I do not want to end my birthday early. I'm going to stop drinking, then I'm going to head to his house. And you guys are sitting here on Twitter, on your phones the entire fucking time, doing nothing, not dancing, not indulging into the birthday festivities, but just sitting around. You guys don't want to be there, and out of respect, I don't want to force you guys to be here, so you guys could go. So, I end up leaving the fucking club, and I'm walking off, I'm huffing and puffing, I threw my heels off, I'm like, I'm so fucking done with this day. So, I'm walking off, and they're both silently following me, and I close the door of my car, and she's like, Zaneyah, what are you doing? Where are you going? And I start laughing, which is very childish of me, but like when I'm in serious situations, like I laugh. So I'm just like, girl, go! I'm like, girl, I'm okay. I'm gonna sleep in my car for at least 20 minutes to stay in my car and watch TikToks and just to get the alcohol out of my system. And she's like, Zaneyah, why? What are you doing this for? Something could happen to you. I'm like, I am okay. You could go. Mind you, I'm getting annoyed because this has been, like, I'm laughing and I'm also getting annoyed because this has been the last hour where you guys are telling me to leave. And at this point, you guys are about to fucking annoy me. Real bad. Real fucking bad. So I get in the car and she's like, okay, then I'm leaving. Mind you, I was already in the car. Sorry, I don't know why I said that. She was like, I'm leaving. Okay, let's go. What's his name? And said his name. They walked off. I didn't talk to that girl for almost 2 weeks. 2 weeks. And then the other girl who canceled on going to the club, she was like, oh, I want to hang out with you and celebrate you another way. I'm like, oh, well, I don't really feel comfortable hanging out with the other girl until we talk about what happened that night because obviously we both left on sour terms. So I ended up not talking to her for 2 weeks. It made me feel a type of way because I didn't hear from her. She didn't call me the day after, didn't see if I was doing good. Nothing. We just didn't talk for 2 weeks. And then she came and hanged out with me at my house because my mom was cooking. And then I was just kind of like, yeah, like I'm grasping at straws for this friendship. Like there's no point of us being friends anymore. Like there's no point. So this night, mind you, go back to the guy who was stalking me and kept on harassing me. I call him and I'm like, stay on the phone with me. I'm gonna go to your house, but I need to stop at the plug's house real quick. Mind you, the plug's house was the guy I was about to go fuck. And he's like, okay. So we're on the phone and we're making small talk. Mind you, I'm disgusted this entire time, but I'm like, I need to stay on the phone with somebody until I reach my destination. So I'm driving and I get into the neighborhood. Mind you, he was literally fucking 5 minutes away. And I get out the car. And I'm like, okay, I'll talk to you later. Like, I will be there. And I get into this house, and all the guys that we met at the club the day before, they're in the house. I wave at them. I go to his room. He has a bottle in there. He gives me like a shot, literally pours it in my mouth, and we start getting to it, right? And I just remember, like, it was just so awkward and weird because he turned off the lights. It was dark in there, and he kind of like did some weird shit. I'm been sitting in his bed, and I remember we went to sleep, and I woke up. Want to know how the fuck I woke up? I woke up because I farted so fucking loud that it shook me up, and I thought he heard it. So I faked like I was asleep again, and then woke up 10 minutes later and said, oh, well, my family's blowing up my phone. I have to go home. Then I remembered, oh, was I beefing with somebody last night? I looked down at my phone. I read my messages. I was arguing with that fucking guy because I told him, I don't want that dick tonight. I have somebody else. And then he starts calling me all kinds of fat bitches. You're a hoe. You're a slut. And I'm just like, yeah. The get back's a motherfucker. Mind you, it wasn't no get back because he kept on fucking harassing me after that too until I changed my number. And I remember the last thing I said to him was like, future holding up a big L, and just blocked him and left it alone. So I left that guy's house, and he was like, oh, okay, like you're leaving. I kiss him, I leave, I get dipped out. And that was my crazy 21st birthday story. So with that being said, I love you guys, and I really do want to say, if you guys like me telling story times, please comment that. But if you guys also like me doing Reddit stories, please comment that as well. Please, please, please. I love when you guys interact with me and tell me what you like and what you don't like. It helps me when I'm planning for the month of the stories that I'm going to tell. So with that being said, I love you guys, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.